Ladies and gentlemen, they say time waits for no man, and the older you get, the more you realize they were right. Time slips by like water through your fingers. You can try to catch it, hold on to it, even slow it down. But it doesn't stop, it never will. Every morning you wake up is a chance, a blank page, and yet so many treat it like a napkin, crumpled up and tossed away without a second thought. Hours vanish into scrolling, binge, watching, putting things off for tomorrow. But here's the truth, tomorrow isn't promised, and even if it shows up, it won't bring back what you lost today. We don't waste time like it's nothing. We waste it like we've got an endless supply. But time is the most expensive thing we own. You can lose money and make it back, lose a job, get another, but once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. People don't always hear the ticking. It's quiet, steady, patient. But every tick is a choice. Every tick is a chance. And if you're not choosing to build, to move forward, to become something greater, then you're choosing to stay still, and staying still in a world that keeps moving is the same as falling behind. You have a gift, a life, and the minutes that fill it are not meant to be thrown away. They're meant to be used. So take that idea you've been sitting on, make that call, open that book, start the thing you've been saying you'll start someday, because someday isn't on the calendar. And time isn't waiting on you. Stop wasting it. Time is the only thing you truly own, and yet it's the one thing you can never get back once it's gone. You don't see it piling up or running out, but make no mistake, it's disappearing, moment by moment. And unlike money, you can't earn more of it. You can't trade for it, borrow it, or put it in the bank to collect interest. When it's spent, it's spent. People measure wealth in dollars, in cars, in houses. But the richest man in the room is the one who understands that time, his time, is priceless, because time is the foundation of everything. Every dream you want to chase, every relationship you want to build, every goal you want to reach, it all takes time. Without it, nothing begins. Yet somehow we treat it like it's cheap, like there'll always be more. We waste it on arguments that don't matter, distractions that lead nowhere, and habits that serve no one. We trade our hours for things we don't even care about. We say, "I'll do it later," like we've got a lifetime of laters waiting in our back pocket. But the truth is, you don't know how much time you have left. None of us do. So the question isn't whether time is running out. It is. The question is, what are you doing with the time you've got? Are you spending it with intention? Are you investing it in your future, your growth, your purpose? Or are you letting it slip away, one mindless moment at a time, because the clock doesn't stop ticking, not for you, not for anyone? ChatGPT said, procrastination doesn't shout. It doesn't slam the door or make a scene. It whispers, softly, it says, "You've got time. Just 5 more minutes. You can do it tomorrow." And that voice feels harmless, even comforting. But while it lulls you into comfort, it steals from you, quietly, consistently. It's a thief dressed in comfort, and it's taken more dreams than failure ever has. We think procrastination is just a bad habit, something we'll grow out of or get around to fixing later. But it's deeper than that. It's resistance, fear dressed up as delay. It's our mind choosing safety over growth, because growth requires effort, and effort means stepping into the unknown. So we stall, we delay, we busy ourselves with distractions that make us feel productive, but lead us nowhere. What makes procrastination dangerous is how subtle it is. You won't notice the time you're losing, at first. It feels like one skipped task, one delay, one unmade decision, but it adds up. A week turns into a month. A month turns into a year, and then one day you look back and wonder where all that time went, and worse, what you could have done with it if you'd just started. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. About recognizing that every time you put something off, you're not just delaying action, you're choosing an action, and that choice shapes your life, little by little. Because in the end, it's not the big moments that define us, it's the small ones we either take hold of or let slip by. So when that voice tells you later, ask yourself, what has later ever built? What has tomorrow ever finished? The time is now. It always has been. Dreams are fragile things, not because they're weak, but because they're tied to time. And time doesn't wait. We often talk about dreams like they'll always be there, sitting on a shelf, ready whenever we decide we're ready. But dreams don't live forever in our minds. They fade, they grow cold, and without action, they die. Every dream you carry has a shelf life, not because it isn't worth chasing, but because life moves forward whether you move with it or not. The world keeps turning, and if you're standing still, you're falling behind. You say you'll start next week, next month, next year. But time is not on pause. And your dream is not on pause either. It's slipping further away every day you don't act on it. You don't need to know every step. You don't need the perfect plan, but you do need to begin, because waiting for the right moment is just another way of avoiding the discomfort of starting. The truth is, the right moment rarely feels perfect. It often looks like hard work, fear, and uncertainty, but buried in all that is the potential to create something real, something lasting. Every hour you waste is an hour you could have used to build, to learn, to grow. Your dream is calling, but it won't keep calling forever. One day you'll either be living it, or wondering what could have been if only you'd started sooner. There is no rewind button on life. There's no extended deadline for purpose. The clock is ticking, and your dream is waiting. The only question is, are you going to show up for it today? ChatGPT said, when it's all said and done, no one remembers the hours you spent being busy. They remember what you built, what you stood for, what you gave to the world. That's legacy. And legacy isn't created in some far-off moment. It's shaped in the choices you make today, in the way you spend your time when no one's watching. It's easy to choose laziness. It's easy to scroll, to sit, to wait. Comfort is always within reach, but comfort doesn't build anything. Comfort doesn't push you forward. Laziness is the quiet companion of regret. And the more time you spend with it, the heavier that regret becomes. The hours you waste don't just disappear. They take something from you. They rob you of the version of yourself you could have become. That book you didn't write, the business you didn't start, the skill you didn't master, those aren't just missed chances. They're pieces of a legacy that was never built. But the beautiful thing is, legacy doesn't require greatness in a single day. It just requires consistency, a small effort, repeated, a choice to show up when you don't feel like it, a decision to use your time, not just spend it. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of something meaningful. One day, people will speak your name. What will they say? Will they talk about someone who waited for life to happen, or someone who made life happen? You don't build legacy by accident. You build it with purpose, with discipline, and with time. Time that you chose not to waste. Time is the most honest thing we'll ever know. It doesn't lie. It doesn't pause. It doesn't wait for permission. It simply moves, and whether you choose to move with it or not, that's on you. You were given this life not to waste it in the shadows of excuses or buried under the weight of someday, but to rise, to create, to leave something behind that mattered, not just for others to remember, but for you to be proud of. Because when the final seconds come, and they will, you won't be thinking about the time you spent being comfortable. You'll be thinking about whether you used your time or whether you let it use you. So stand up, get going, do the thing, chase the dream, build the life, because the clock is ticking, and greatness doesn't wait. Thank you.